Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast! With me, Matt! We're 1v1 for you all here on Amelie Fields, and I am testing out the new microphone settings and my new keyboard, which you will probably be able to hear in the distance. I got a few replays in recently, but they are all out of sync, mostly because a new patch dropped for Spearhead 2. Spearhead 1 has also been redone with a redux, and if you wanted some replays of that, you are more than welcome to the same address as listed in the description below. Anyway, let's go through the players. Representing the Soviet Union today, we have Muro, without a command choice yet. And representing the Germans today, we have Stockholm Mulvey, the main developer of Spearhead 2 mods, as the Wehrmacht, also without a command choice yet. Let's see how this turns out for them, shall we? Now, on the new patch for Spearhead 2, a lot of things has happened. There's been a few bug fixes, which is why some of the replays I got out of sync, which is a little bit of a pain, but what can you do? It's what happens here in Christmas time when I have no time to be at my computer because of family stuff. And just being mentally overloaded. Anyway, let the Soviets split out a bit to seeing ground, laying up sandbags everywhere. Germans doing much the same, heading out with a 1-1-1 strategy. Basically, Volksgrenadier, Grenadier, and Pioneer into a second Grenadier. Ooh, fascinating. First shots are probably going to get a fight here shortly down here. Like these Volksgrenadiers could end up being overrun, but because the Soviets can overwhelm them pretty quick here by two sides. Yep, and immediately the Volksgrenadiers run. They realize what's happening. Very good to see. But one Volksgrenadier does go down. It's very similar to another battle I saw played here recently, I think. On the exact same map with the exact same setup, I think. Let's see what happens though. We also have some Frontaviki coming onto the field here. Basic Soviet infantrymen with proper training. Pioneers will be able to secure that field point though. Grenadiers heading up to supplement. There's good long range rifle shots there. Conscripts sitting up behind the sandbags here to get the most cover. Remember, cover is after all directional. Grenadiers sitting up behind the heavy cover here. Getting some good shots in on those conscripts. Ooh, those conscripts are actually in trouble. Both Grenadiers setting out to secure flanks. Conscripts are trying to get out of there. Frontaviki now appearing. These are much higher quality infantry and will actually pose a problem. The Germans in a long range firefight. So they're gonna have to grab the house there, which only has one firing window, so that's not really the most effective there. Here will be also Grenadiers holding the send up, but conscripts getting up behind cover. And the Grenadiers have no cover here. Grenadiers have to be very cautious. Or Soviets are pulling up as well. Ooh, that's it, probably the Grenadier squad. They're gonna go for it. But both Grenadiers are gonna try and intercept. Yeah, and they do intercept. Grenadiers safe. Maxim showing up here to shoot the flank. And that's the Grenadiers forced off. No model down though. Very fortunate for that squad. They have no medics at the moment. Oh, they are getting medical supplies. Always good upgrades to get early. We have an MG42 running out here in the field for the Wehrmacht to cover some ground. MG42 is a very potent weapon after all. Let's see.
We have now installed a field hospital at headquarters.
But so far the Germans are doing a good job holding off the Soviets, but the Soviets will hold both field points for a bit. Can certainly lead to some issues. Now with a Maxim in the building here, it'll be a lot harder to attack. Barbed wire being dug in as well, good to see. Volksgrenadiers is rushing up to the... Is this a cutoff point? Except they're not in it for some reason. Ooh, that's very awkward. They have to get out of there. That's too much rifles. Too many rifle shots coming their way. Try to set up behind the haystacks here. By that point, you should just retreat when there's one guy left like that. Or just, well, at two people, you should probably have just started running, in my opinion. More a lot of barbed wire fields being set up here by the Soviets. Unique to the Soviet Union, they don't actually prevent you from moving, but they force the units to go prone to get through them. Make them more vulnerable to enemy fire that way. The Badeladnung from the Pioneers. Ooh, and a good one at that! Killing almost the entire squad. But the bathtub manages to save one of them. Well, until he gets shot by a rifle. And gets killed in a spectacular fashion.
Forward headquarters are now available.
Ooh, that Pioneer Squad took some heavy losses on that approach.
As command posts.
Conscripts are not the worst when you get closer to them. It's most at long-range combat they suffer. That's where the Grenadiers' advantage is here. MG42 moving up. The PM being handed out here to the Frontoviki. You have a commander choice. It's gonna be the 1st Artillery Division here for the Soviet Union. A very potent commander, in all honesty. He has access to a lot of nice gear. Now I have access to the... Was it the SU or the ISU 152? I think it's the SU 152 they have access to. Ooh, DPM getting some shots on here in the Grenadier. They don't want to stay there for long, throwing enabler grenades, or smoke grenades. That will cover them. But we have double MT42 now. That means the Germans can really cover a large section of this map. That was one actually not get out of there. Ooh, that is a lucky boy. Very lucky boy. Hope you all had a very good Christmas, by the way. The holidays are generally a very hectic time for me mentally. Due to my autism, I don't really stand all the socializing that well, but I try my best anyway. I have to do my best for my family after all. Yeah, some elites Slavniki here. Special penal troops available to artillery. We also have T-70 coming on the way soon. MT-42's turning, very smart. Actually, they're relocating. Oh, looks like the Germans have gone for Panzerdivision. A very good choice, generally. Oh, penals are getting close. MT-42 starts it up. And that's another side to that. That's a grenade, but still, that's going to force the Germans off, I think.
T-70 light tank has arrived.
And he is still alive, though, and got a very good position here. Rifle grenade going out. Who hit the Frontoviki pretty well, actually. Out of the conscripts. But Grenadiers are pulling back. Pioneers have reached the front, though, to replace them. The 70s arrived on the front lines. Light tank of the Soviet Union, armed with a 45mm gun. Loading a shrapnel round. I was loading a shrapnel round. We also have a pack coming onto the field. Is that going to be a pack 40? Indeed, it's going to be a pack 40. Soviet officer on the field now. And lieutenant. Which is seemingly being very aggressive here, knowing that the Pioneers have no AT equipment at the moment. Shrapnel round didn't hit though, but Panzerbüchse is about to hit them. Panzerfaust being upgraded as well. Oh, good shot with a Panzerbüchse! Generally, I think the Panzerbüchse could have penetrated the front of a T-70. I was wrong. Panzerfaust going out. Oh, very good shot there, clearing out the T-70, but the tank survives. Somehow. The two crew are definitely dead. Soviets might try to recover it. Pioneers got sight on it. Soviets have a lot of infantry here. I don't think the Pioneers can manage to get this off. Lots of German infantry surviving though. Lots of Grenadiers. Lieutenant is holding down the main road here. Lots of rifle shots, rifle grenades going out. Overshot there, but actually that was right on point, but didn't do a lot of damage. BAR sending out here to the penal troops. Oh, another rifle grenade almost killing them. That's gonna force the Soviets off. Ooh, I'm killing the specialist penals. That's a fairly costly loss. The specialist penals are actually not that cheap. An MT-42 coming up. Let's see, how expensive are they? They're from here. I cannot check for some reason. Not because of the window I'm in, because I have to actually record this Windows in order to actually record it, or being able to see my OBS and keep the right resolution. So it's a little bit annoying, but it works out so far. I just cannot get the mouse down to the bottom part down here. Oh, it's a little bit annoying, but it doesn't affect me too much, I think, because you can see it all fine. Oh boy. Rogue shells coming in from a mortar here. DPM doing its best here. We also have a 2-2 on the field. Well, technically it's a 2-2-1, but it can become a 2-2 fairly quickly with the autocannon. Let's see if they go for that. Generally people rush for the autocannon. I personally like to go for Radpanzer first, because I feel the more armor can be very valuable. MG42 suppressing the DPM. Artillery be calling in by the Soviet lieutenant back here. Probably around here. And that can be a very big mortar barrage. Oh, Radpanzer first. Very nice. That is a lot of weird barbed wire. And the mortar shells are going to prevent that from happening. No AT rifle available to the Soviets. There's no AT equipment apart from AT grades. As this 222 is just coming through the Maxim team there. Oh, they got the 222 upgrade via the this place. That's actually very smart. Means you don't have to spend the munitions on the vehicle. So now it's a 222. Armed with an autocannon. Fairly effective autocannon at that. Probably destroy the T-70, but the Germans might try to scavenge it. Because there would be a lot of extra resources. Well, not a lot, but it would be some extra resources in general, and probably be better in their care than the Soviets.
Scout car awaiting orders.
Also would deny it to the Soviets. There is a concept squad keeping an eye on it. We also have a field gun arriving here. I'm just rushing forwards. Wounded Soviet apparently moved on to a mine. U2 hunting for the Maxims. I think the Maxim might have to evacuate that building. Oh, he can capture territory! I guess he's using a faction ability? As a Panzer that allows it? Or it's an upgrade? I think it might be an upgrade. Ah, but the 2 got attacked. Yeah, he was using the Aufklar upgrade here, which allows light vehicles to secure territory. But the field gun did get him. Maxim's still alive too. How long? We're gonna be having a decently long match here on Emily Fields. That's not an MG42 you got, that was grenade assault, I think. MG42 being upgraded on these grenadiers though.
Manufacturing capability has been increased.
More smoke shells to cover the advance of the Soviets. Obscure their movements. But MG42 sitting up here.
Enemy forces are secure.
Now they're laying down a lot of fire. Now the grenadiers can move elsewhere. That's actually really good play. And the Germans also advancing north. Maxim was forced out. Like, I disabled noise suppression and changed the noise gating. And I'm hoping that's gonna make the quality and the sound of the microphone a little bit better. It's been a lot of fidgeting. A lot of fidgeting. It's annoying because I'm not really a professional. And that's the dead lieutenant because of the minefield and the grenadier. Ooh, grenadiers might get bowed down here. Much DPM fire and a Maxim as well. Folks, grenadier sitting up back here, but they're being shot immediately. I don't think these German infantrymen is gonna get out of there unless they act very quickly. Drop a smoke ring or something. Ooh, that retreat path might actually save them. And great assault into the building. Try and deny it. Didn't do anything to the building, but actually killed most of the sappers. And that's gonna allow the German infantry to get out of there. Oh, he cancelled. Oh, it's not a retreat. It was a sprint, then a retreat. Oh, but that's ow. At least they gotta get out of there by the looks of it. But it works. Grenadiers moving up to secure the point here with the MG42. You have more penal troops. This is gonna be full on normal penal, so a 9-man squad that can capture territory very fast. And use for all kinds of menial work, basically. Like a lot of penals were used, or as cannon fodder. Or even as minesweepers, if you like. They have a lot of uses. Being led by a commissar, I think. You can see him there with the cab and the PPSH.
You need fire support?
42 keeping an eye on this field here with the very good rate of fire, but it might relocate. It's relocating. Bad timing to relocate. Not the minefield down here though. Rock arriving here for the Germans, an open blitz. Ooh, and now the machine gun is being spotted, but there's still a minefield.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
There's no mines where they step, that's really lucky. Pilfered MP40s handed out here to the penals. Grabbing anything off the field they can get, I guess. And they capture points really fast, as you saw. 24-2 force those conscripts back. The Germans have set up a fairly decent defensive line across most of it. Hopefully it's just going to allow them to replenish in the field here. The Maxims are putting a lot of fire in here in the Grenadier. They're starting to suppress the advance of the Penals. Well, now they have an MG42 actually. The Battleadam going into the Penals, forcing them back. Maxims laying down a lot of fire. E-3476 being prepared here. Boston is advancing up. Zappos trying to prevent it though. This way I think the extra crew on the weapon teams would be good, so you have extra rifles in the rear here, in case the Germans try to get close. It's actually a very underappreciated upgrade for if the enemy tries to flank. 3 extra rifles can actually matter a lot in the defense situation. Especially for all the big weapon teams. Lots of machine guns in the center here. But smoke shields are working out for the Soviets. They have to pull back. We also have a Capitan arriving here for the artillery commander. It's going to allow him to call in some heavier artillery. More penal troops moving forward, but there is a machine gun. Well, a light machine gun. And there is heavy cover, but that's a Gewaltladung. The penals don't want that. Oh, yeah, stunning them all. That's going to make them easy targets. But the T-3476 reveals itself. And it means the Germans are relocating the pack. Very good. Exposed round loader is going to fire through the terrain. Oh, destroys the T-70. Almost kills the MG42 team. Capitan moving up, but there's an MG42 setting up. But the Soviets have a lot of infantry nearby. Fighting the conscripts first, probably a good choice. They are in the open, though there's no cover. That allows the Soviets to mow them down. Capitan laying down a lot of fire here. Lots of rifle bullets, or just bullets in general flowing that way. Germans are lacking in equipment here to stop it. They do a Panzerfaust if it gets too close. Pillar mines are quick, well, Riegel mines actually are quickly being laid. Problem is the Soviets do have minesweepers nearby. Not anymore. Oh, good fragmentation round there. Killing the crew of the pack. Boston is trying to hold them back. Molotov on a no. They dodge it. Pioneers moving to grab the pack. Good to see. Capitan still around. Smoke grenade popped on the MG42 line up to recruit. Very good play from the Germans. And now we have penal squads coming up though. A penal squad. Might be too much fire. That's the satchel charge. Oh! At least the 2 squads did survive with 1 member each, so it's not that bad. They did lose the MT-42 though. Completely destroyed. Cover destroyed here by the T-34. I guess not taking the shot. Why is he not taking the shot? That must have been infuriating. Well, we have full take-up going on for the Germans, though. They might be going straight for heavy panzers right again. There's some medium panzers. Good shot there. Almost destroying the T-34. That's going to force it back. Minesweeper is trying to clear the S-mines down here. Dual airdrops going in. Unique ability to artillery commander for the Soviets. I think certain other commanders on the Allied side have it, or Germans in general also. Anyone dedicated to artillery generally has an ability like that. Artillery going in the German positions. Gonna force them back a little bit. Heavy artillery at that, that's by the Capitan. That's gonna be a heavy artillery strike going in here. Germans are quickly relocating, realizing what's coming. And now the shots are coming in. There's always 2 ranging shots with Soviet artillery strikes. And I think that's to balance the fact that Soviet artillery strikes are really potent, as you can see. But you can easily avoid them. Also, you need direct line of sight with the Soviet officers to call them in. You cannot just do it over terrain like Allied and German commanders can. You have to have the officer able to actually see the place. At least unless they've changed that, but I don't think they've changed that last I checked. Of course, I could be wrong, and you can correct me down in the comments if I am wrong. It's good to educate the viewers. I am not always the best repertoire of knowledge. You have a howitzer coming up here for this Soviet artillery commander. Good. Okay. 122mm, the basic heavy howitzer available to Soviet artillery. A lot of the heavy artillery guns were moved into other commanders, so artillery commander doesn't have monopoly on most of them.
You have a use for this scum?
Which ready to move. Ah, yeah. Wait for a Tiger tank. You get the Tiger tank from from the medium tank building, but you need to be the full tier to get it. So that's how that operates. Tiger tanks should probably do it.
I see one more sandbag.
At least for a while. Soviets do have a lot of the gear that can deal with it. In general, at this point in the war, the Tiger tank is not that impressive, technically, but it still has a very good gun. But armor-wise, its armor's not holding up as well as it did earlier in the war. That said, it is still a good tank, so you need to be watchful of it. But it's not a brawler tank. It's not a tank you just move into the enemy line of fire. You want to have it essentially do long distance. Oh, good fragmentation round. You basically want to have the Tiger do long distance fights with other tanks, rather than get close to the enemy or in the line of AT guns. Because that will just result in it being chipped away at and killed. Field troops are getting closer. Oh! Artillery strike straight on the truck. Fields moving up to secure the central point. As you can see, they captured it really fast. Germans probably holding on until they can get that Tiger tank out. Probably believing that's the one thing that will save them at this point. Very cautious of that artillery. So it still hold both munitions point, no, both fuel points. I mean, Tiger will almost be there. Open Blitz arriving again. Always good here to have like a truck on the field to help replenish and repairs. Gives you ability to just keep more troops out there. An artillery strike is really preventing the Germans from just digging in at the moment. Tiger tank has arrived. In Blau. What's it? Is that color called? Blue-grau or something? Blue-gray? Not sure which point in the war they started using that, or if that's like an earlier color. It is a very iconic color though. Now the Tiger tank is slowly going to creep forwards. Habitan is calling in an artillery strike. Actually takes out the pack with a ranging shot. This gun's setting up though, which can deal with the Tiger effectively. Yeah, you see one shot there, facing the crew. The Tiger is not as formidable armor-wise at this point in the war, as I've stated. You need to be very cautious when using it. But the gun is amazing. Soviet mines here. EM-35s. People first going to move to intercept. Truck is being used to serve a mobile repair station. Asking now the Tiger to repair itself. The Tiger has to quickly relocate because the T-34 is heading this way. Tiger does have very long range with his 88. Oh, it plinged! Oh, the chance of that is so low. That is a really lucky T-34 right there. We have a command tank arriving here, Panzer IV-H command tank. With some forest camouflage by the looks of it. Of some variety. Well, the Blitz is allowing the Tiger tank to repair at a fairly decent pace too. So, looks like Stockholm Mulvey knows what they're doing in this case. Problem is the Soviets getting a lot of presence now. A lot of more field guns, a lot more stuff out to try and deal with the Tiger if it tries to push. Like, that's 3 field guns in one small area. If they all zero in on the Tiger at the same time, that could easily take it out in an instant. That Tiger needs to be very careful with how it's used. They're heading to the northern flank instead. Might be a wiser move. Man tank and Tiger tank on the move. Definitely smaller tanks were utilized. Smaller and earlier lines of tanks were utilized as command tanks in my understanding. Unless you have like the command man for ODH, I guess. Ooh, no penetration. That T-54 was being really lucky. Again, against the Panzer IV, it's probably a lot more likely. Mthis guns are moving up here. But the Tiger tank takes out the T-34 in one shot. I need to take out these Mthis guns. Ooh, missed! Blanked. High explosive being loaded. Trying to take out. Oh, yeah, good shot with high explosive. Taking out the crew there. Soviet infantry is preparing to push, but there is a machine gun back here. Ooh, but there's side blocking here. Battle charge going in front here. And Falcon back off. Also successfully. This guy is trying his best here, but the Tiger has a very good angle, I think. Volskin is trying to push up here. Piats are being handed out here to the Sappers. I guess the unique weapon if you're playing as artillery is the Piat, which is cool to see. British anti-tank spring? Anti-tank spring system? What the hell do you call this? I'm not sure. It's like a hollow charge munition that you essentially use on a spring-loaded weapon. It's a very weird concept, but it does allow you to do what's it called? Indirect fire. Like you can fire over obstacles with it and sight things, which is a nice touch to it. We also have a Panzer II command tank arriving here. Now the Germans have a little bit more mobile of a command vehicle, but there's a Mthis gun here, and the Panzer II does not have the armor to prevent that. Even at fairly long range. Oh yeah, that's a pretty powerful shot. Can I get out of there? Nope. But the command team does survive. With 4 members. Tiger tank and command tank on the move. They're working closely together here. They're being called in quickly by the lieutenant. Smoke grenades being flown out here by the Grenadier. Artillery being called in quickly. That's from the lieutenant. Doing his best. And get the recon one ability now, actually. Oh, good. Another good high explosive there from the Tiger. But critical hit there from the Mthis. It's gonna force the Tiger tank to back off for a bit. Excuse me. Lieutenant being very brave here. I heard you covered the T-7, he is allowing them to survive for a while. Want to dig it down. Mule troopers setting up. What's this gun surviving here for the Soviets? Lots of field guns. We're gonna firing closely as well. Again, this is where I feel the extra 3 men would be very useful for the Soviets. But once this gun is being suppressed, looks like the penal troops are grabbing that DPM off the ground. Even an MP4 is under DPM. Maxim also arriving here. Howard is also firing it towards the Germans. That's gonna force the Germans to back off for a bit. They're also heat rounds on it, probably to help it deal with the Tiger tank if it advances, allowing it to do direct fire. Basically use it as a giant AT gun to propel a heat round at the tank. Germans have secured ground again. The Capitan on the field again. Germans are getting some more troops out. More penal troops being prepared here by the Soviets. Not a bad call considering the penal troops have actually been doing pretty well. Getting some more mines down here. Want to try and cover their flanks, very smart. Capitan got sights in the Tiger got sights on him. Explosive kills the Capitan immediately and also gibbering. The Tiger has to pull back after noticing the Sis guns. A good mortar round killing 2 people there. Very interesting match we have so far. The German infantry starting to get very veteran. That'll make them a lot more difficult to deal with. Maxim sitting up here though. Veterancy does not protect you from suppression with no cover, however. Penal troops are being stopped here by the MG42. Anti-4 command tank moving up. Oh, truck gets destroyed by a mortar. Mortar's doing a lot of little work. Command tank has to back off quick. Almost died there if that Sis had not penetrated. Or if that Sis had penetrated the rear of that command tank, it would be gone. Tiger tank pushing up. Can't take it. Ooh, loader injured. That's gonna force the Tiger tank back. You can see what I mean. Tiger tank's armor is not all it's cracked up to be at this point. Now the King Tiger though, or the Panther, that's a completely different story. Little truck driving up here. So the Wehrmacht is on point with their logistics today. Very rare we see that. Mule troopers are fighting on the southern flank now. The Grenadiers are quickly moving down to intercept an MG42. Pressing them on the Omen Road. The penal squad is laying mines, very good to see. They're being very active with the mine laying on that flank. Field gun took out an MG42 team. They can't be used as artillery pieces after all. Fairly effective at it too. I do not underestimate the Sis guns. And they had a lot of work done for you. Grenadiers quickly move up to the MG42. The Sis gun has been reclaimed by the Soviet Union. Carrying it back to the front line. Get some extra crew members. Just relying on penal troops as the frontline infantry at the moment, which is not the most effective in frontline infantry, but especially this veteran one is doing a pretty decent job done, I feel. Been laying mines down here just to be an annoyance. I'm trying to lay the mine anyway while on the fight. They do it pretty fast, as you can see. Because you are actually intended to perhaps try and lay mines while under fire. Because that is the thing penal troopers did on both sides. They would be forced to lay mines, generally in front of the enemy advance. Sometimes like when a tank was on the way, like work to lay it in the front of the road while under fire. Pretty dangerous stuff. Again, they are penal troops, so that's kind of what you expect of penal troops, I suppose. Securing the point out and have fun to fire up here. Compensar goes down though. Explosive being loaded here by the Tiger tank. Takes out the penal squad entirely. This one's taking shots though. Doesn't penetrate. Loading a second shell. But the Tiger gets out of sight. They must quickly rush up to the fuel points. Second Tiger tank being prepared. Second howitzer being prepared. Oh, that's actually the heavy howitzer. Oh god. This is the 152mm. Just a tight step up from the 122mm. So, the 152 can do a lot of work if you can afford it. But a second Tiger tank is going to be very difficult for the Soviets to do with that unless the Sis guns get some really good shots in. At least I feel that's how it's gonna be. I'm not quite sure yet. Tanks setting up. There's not been a lot of tanks from the Soviet side, but again, they probably feel they cannot really compete in the tank fight at the moment. Now this gun would probably kill a Tiger if it gets a direct shot. Pretty good howitzer, by the way. Huge explosions. Let's see what they're trying to set it up to fire. Oh, they're trying to figure out where the Tiger is. And they know what they want to hit. And they're even pulling out a recon team. They want to get shots on the Tiger. Because they know that's the only way they can deal with it without it running into their assist line. This recon team is going to try and spot for it. Still no recon team from the Germans though. Very minimal in infantry presence at the moment. No Panzer Grenadiers either. Or recon team has been spotted, I think. Yep. So now the Germans know there's a recon team. There's a lot of assist guns here. Oh, good shot down the Tiger. Yeah, Germany moving into assist fields or assist line is not the wisest move. I think it's called assist front. Oh. Ooh, that's some big howitzer shells. But now the Germans know there's a 152mm. Immediately trying to back off. Like, that Panzer IV not moved there. I think that might have actually died to the 152. Very potent howitzer. Or fields. But the second Tiger has arrived. We have a Tiger Kampfgruppe on the field here.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
The T-34-76 being prepared. But the assist front is kind of the Soviet tactic against dealing with concentrations of German armor. Like, just have a lot of assist guns in one area, pointed at the enemy, covering each other in interarching lines of fire. Generally, that's, I believe, what the Soviets did to beat the Germans at Kursk. Because the Germans just kind of drove into the assist front. Because the Soviets had an idea what was going to happen. Thanks to the Allies. Oh, good explosive though from that Tiger. That's been a lucky Tiger there. No penetration from the assist guns. That does happen. Pioneers trying to push up. Even the recon team is taking shots here. Now the recon team are out in the open. They have to get out of there. Managed to get away though. Tiger's also pushing down here with the Panzer IV command tank support. This guns need to turn quickly, but there's also the Tiger tank arriving from the north. Ooh. Ooh, German tanks on the south flank suffering losses. Ooh, Tiger tank took a penetrating shot too there. Command tank down. Looks like both Tigers will make it back though. There's a lack of German infantry to push up behind us.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Like some Panzer Grenadiers supporting it would probably be a very good idea, but I'm not sure if they have the resources to keep that up. Because Panzer Grenadiers are very costly if you suffer attrition. Like, Soviets are holding the front line here. The assist front is working. Lots of field guns doing their job. But having two different repair stations for each Tiger is probably a good idea. Which the Soviets' attention. They're gonna just aim the 152mm gun at both of them at the same time, basically. More Grenadiers arriving. Now the Major is just out in the field without a tank, so need to see what he decides to do. Maxim's still keeping an eye up here in the fuel, but the Soviets don't have it yet. Germans definitely have the fuel advantage. Maxim's gonna prevent these pioneers from attempting that. Tiger tank could just drive up and kill them though, there's nothing to stop it. Actually, there's a TM-35. Will the Tiger tank right close enough is the question. Oh, they spotted it. There was a minesweeper. Didn't notice the TM-35. Ooh, good shot. This is the Maxim team entirely. But the Tiger's ready to make a prodding and move over. There's one T-34, but one shot from the 88 penetrates, and that's basically that T-34 gone. Jones moving up to secure the points with a Minesweeper as well.
An officer is awaiting orders.
But we have a Hauptmann called in without his tank. Going for some Nebelwerfer barrage support, some 15 centimeter Nebelwerfers. That's some pretty big rockets. I guess the Germans gonna try and take out this area with the rockets that didn't get close enough. That'll take a while though before it's ready. Oh, yeah, actually it's ready immediately. You just need to get a good position to get sight on it. Oh, did a truck get taken out? It looks like a truck got decrewed here by an artillery shell. Taken out by the shockwave or the shrapnel. In the center again, Germans have both fuel points. Huggy is rushing up to the truck to recruit it. Maxim is laying down suppressor fire. Oh, the Nebelwerfer is gonna strike here. Oh, they want to break the cis front with 15 centimeter rockets, and that might be enough to do it. Because that's some pretty big rockets they're calling in. You see the warning circle soon enough. And here it comes. You can hear the rockets firing in the distance. Oh, Maxim taken out. One cis taken out. And then the Tiger pushes up. But it's been hit by something. But the Grenadiers now push up. There's nothing to stop them. Oh, the Tiger also pushes up. Oh, heat round from the 122 does not penetrate. Tiger tank survives straight to the front. But the infantry is being stopped. Still, there's nothing here to really counter the Tiger tank, but one cis. But the Tiger decides to probably play it smart, potentially. And the Penal Squad taken out. This Tiger tank is doing a lot of work. Who cis loaded APCR rounds, but not really doing a lot. They're also being suppressed soon, I think. Yeah, they've been pinned. That's why they went fine. They were suppressed and pinned. Whatever, but one shot did not do anything.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Oof, this shield is holding up somehow, though. That can be another heat round. That's just where they're going to be close range artillery.
The enemy is attacking our HQ.
And the T-34 is arriving. Another assist gun. The Tiger's laying down a lot of fire here.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
This guy's not getting any good shots here. Probably just under too much fire. They're actually camouflaged at the moment. Man, that Tiger is just being missed completely. He round loaded here. The Tiger takes out the T-34. But then now assist hits it.
Enemy has killed.
Ooh, mobility lost. That's gonna mean it's gonna be... There we go, now it's stuck. Tracks are gone. Now there's a new icon for that, by the way. Very cool. But I think Mthis can fix it. No, wait. Mthis can only fix engines. You cannot fix the tracks. Because it's a completely different issue when the tracks are gone. I do like it has a new icon now, though. That's cool. How long can it survive? One more shell is all it takes. But the Tiger's pushing up, though. They're trying to take out the Tiger, though. No luck. They should probably focus the other one attacking. Oh wait, Tiger's down. But the other Tiger is still free. And now the German infantry is close. MP40s and MP42s.
Officers are now available for transfer to the front.
Ooh, but one penetration there on the Tiger tank. That was actually a mine, I think. That was a TM35. Ooh, crew dazed. You have to get back. Suddenly a lot of losses for the Germans, but they have managed to get a lot of ground. Soviets have lost practically everything. Imagine if they had some Panzer Grenadiers to support this as well. But the Germans have pushed the Soviets up basically to the base now. The battle on the 18 did not destroy it. Duel squads are following after the Pioneers, trying to kill them. We also have an Aufklar here. Johan and his bodyguard is shooting down at the Duel squads and doing a pretty decent job. We also have a lieutenant around here for the Soviets again. Veteran C5 Grenadiers with an MG42, that's a very lethal squad. Oh, direct shot with a heat round! One guy luckily survived somehow, probably because it was a heat round, another high explosive round. Holy shit, that must have been nightmarish to see up close. A high explosive anti-tank round hitting infantry, oh god. Some insane stuff. I guess only being repaired here thanks to Open Blitz's repair teams. And he's doing their best here, but they are being hit hard. There's no cover. We're going to run behind the sandbags, that's going to help. We also have a Capitan here from the Soviets. Another Tiger being prepared. Ooh, Soviet Capitan down. But the Grenadiers might not get out of there. The bodyguard might kill them. Oh, looks like they might make it actually. There's only 3 rifles here in the pack. But there is no cover here, and the Soviets still trying to take the point. Rifles are accurate, so they decide to pull back anyway. Probably better not to risk it. So it's able to get some ground back. Getting some more mines on the flanks, good to see. They need to just mine up because they know that's the cheap way of dealing with the Tiger tanks. This has been an interesting match actually. Good duel between these two. MP4 just rushing up. They do have a minesweeper behind them though, so they should be able to take out the mines. They probably realized that the penal troops are being used as mine layers. So we just need to get the howitzers back in order too. Rock arriving here to help replenishing the front.
We are losing territory.
Unless the Soviets can somehow get lucky and destroy the Tiger tanks and get some more infantry out, I think the Germans are just going to slowly whittle them down now. Once the other Tiger arrives, they're probably going to do another push. We also have the Hallman, who's probably ready for another rocket barrage. Another Tiger tank has arrived. Yeah, they're calling in the other 15cm rockets now. You know, Pioneers are clearing the other flank of mines. Well, under Maxim fire, or at least shots from the rifle teams. Tiger tanks are preparing to move. Not all scissors are ready. And 50cm rocket's gonna arrive shortly. Looks like it's gonna be up here. You can hear the rockets being fired in the distance. Oh, one right there! Didn't do a lot of damage actually, but it did take up one team. It's gonna open up for that. Oh, good penetration on the Tiger tank. Other Tiger tank needs to move quick. Oh, another penetration. This needs to turn for the other Tiger. Explosive loaded. But Muru surrenders at this point. A good match. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye.